Hello, classy people. How y'all doing? My name is Wayne Bolden. As always, I'm here in the studio Sunday morning, and we're going to be taking a peek at Zia Park in Hobbs, New Mexico. Tuesday is their big day with their Oaks race and their Derby and several other stake races, which we're going to cover. Um, so we're here to look at their Derby race. But before we do, as always, please support us by subscribing, ringing the bell, and liking us, and most of all, commenting. That's my favorite part. Well, the Derby is um, I believe it's the eighth race on the card on Tuesday at Zia Park for 3-year-olds. Of course, for 250,000, a lot of money. 160,000. It's a small field of five, and of course, you're going to get the attention of national trainers when it's that much money on the line, and they have stock that fit into the conditions. And obviously, this is a 3-year-old colt race, and a couple national trainers has dropped in. Steve Asmussen is dropping in with Super Stock, who's the 1-5 favorite, and Peter Miller is dropping in none um, with none above the law of the five. Okay, so the race is really a layover here, but we have to do it because it's a national race. So let's uh, dive right in. Tarosso uh, is the number one horse, 6 starts, 2 wins, and 1/3. This is a local horse whose speed figures are okay. I mean, they did come uh, in an overnight stake race on the number one horse, Tarosso. Um, and it's not that bad of a figure at all. So I would probably use a number one horse underneath if I do anything for sure. The number two horse is Pirates Junction, 9 starts, 4 wins. You can't sneeze at that, can you? I mean, Mr. Fetcher has this horse in pretty good shape here. This horse is by Painter. 12-1 on the line, Pirates Junction. But again, the speed figures are too light to contend with the two national horses in this race. So the number two, Pirate Junction, should be thrown off the ticket here. And here is your 1-5 favorite. The number three horse is Super Stock. Well, you all know Super Stock. And you know he won a stake race, the Run Happy Ellis Park Derby. And he got put on the national scene when he won the Arkansas Derby back there in April. So the number three horse, Super Stock, obviously has 13 starts, 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 3/3 for a cool 1 million. Trained by, that's right, Steve Asmussen. And guess who's in the riding? Irad Ortiz Jr. And the horse is 1-5 on the morning line. So the number three horse, obviously, speed figure tower over the rest of these horses, maybe with the exception of none above the law. Um, but the number three just looks like a walkover. I mean, when you see a horse that's 1-5 on the morning line, you know the competition is very, very weak in the race. So again, the number three horse, we probably can't play this race, and we probably shouldn't play this race. But being that this is what we do nationally as a community and as a channel for horse racing, we cover the major races. So we had to do this Derby race at Zia Park on Tuesday. But the number three horse, Super Stock, obviously everybody know him, should win the race hands down. The number four horse is the other national horse that dropped in, Peter Miller, who I thought was on a hiatus, right? Has 15 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds, and 1/3 for $400,000. And again, the speed figures are comparable. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if anybody took a position to bet none above the law over Super Stock. His speed figures aren't that far behind. He's a deep, deep closer, but he will. Super Stock won't be that far away from him. So again, if anybody is to beat Super Stock in this race, it's probably Peter Miller with the number four horse, none above the law. This horse is 4-1 on the morning line, and again, like I said, has earned 455,000 for 15 starts with 6 wins. So again, this horse is professional and do know how to run. So again, and Peter Miller does some amazing things, maybe more so than we really need. But Peter Miller does a nice job, obviously, with these horses. And, I think at the end of the month he's going on hiatus. I know he had a few issues with, I think 4 or 5 horses in the last year have passed away under his care, and a couple violations for substance or whatever. But That being said, I know Peter Miller, when he drops in, to win the money at 4-1 on None Above the Law versus 1-5 on Superstock is a pretty good play if you're going to play the race. That's the only horse in this race that I think could beat him is None Above the Law could beat Superstock. That's the only one you could take a chance with. The number 5 horse and the last horse is called Convention. Convention has 11 starts with 3 wins in 2 seconds. You can't knock a stick at that. You can't. What are you going to do? This is a deep, deep closer, and this horse is 20-1. I would surely use this horse underneath just to round out the trifecta to give it some value, because this horse would be far, far back. And if it's a little speedy up front, which I think the number 2 horse, Pirate Junction, will take the lead, then the number 5 could come running and complete the try or the exacta. I would think more of the try and round out a trifecta, because the 2 favorites, Superstock and None Above the Law, should run 1-2 to the wire, either 3-4 or 4-3. I can't see any of the other 3 horses beating these horses in the first and second position. So it looks like a cold exacta 3-4 or 4-3. But I would use Convention, the number 5 horse, underneath in any tries. So again, there's your Zia Park Derby for 3-year-olds. National trainers are dropping in. It is $250,000 on Tuesday. And, again, we just wanted to put the race out there because that's what we do here at the channel. We cover major races throughout the nation and make sure that we do it, in a readily form. So again, I don't think that they're going to be able to beat Superstock in this spot, no means. But like I said, if anybody is to get around Superstock, it could be Peter Miller's horse, the number 4 horse, None Above the Law, who has a very, very good chance to beat this horse if he doesn't let him get away. I mean, Superstock is a mid-pack running horse and, could cut the corner on this horse. So we have to remember that Del Mar Derby, that None Above the Law won that race at 10-1 on September 4th. So again, it's not out of reach. And the speed figure out of that right now was on the grass, of course, but the speed figures that this horse has is not far from Superstock. But I don't think you'll get 4-1 on None Above the Law. Everybody can read the racing form. Everybody know that Peter Miller is a national horse via way of California. And of course, this horse can never be 4-1. I mean, it's just too many wise guys out there to allow this horse to go off at 4-1 or anything close to 4-1. So again, there is your Derby, your Zia Park Derby. It looks like a walkover here to me. I don't think anybody is going to be able to beat Superstock in this spot. The speed figure is 2 or 3 points above None Above the Law, and that's the only horse in here. So there's your Derby. Let's watch the race so we can have some commentary on it, and then let it be what it is. But I don't think we're going to be able to play the race because there's just absolutely no value at all to be had in the Zia Park Derby. As always, folks, down in the description you will see our disclaimer. And most of all, folks, stay classy in everything that you do. Have a great work week coming up as we head towards a Thanksgiving holiday. We're about 4 days away from Thanksgiving, and of course, we're going to wish you and everybody a happy and healthy Thanksgiving. And most of all, be safe on the roads, because people are traveling like crazy starting tomorrow, Monday, and always. So we always want our community and its folks to stay safe and be safe out there in the road. So there it is, folks. There's your Zia Park's Derby. As always, Superstock national trainers dropping in with these big head horses, taking the local money and running for fun as always. So it looks like a 2-horse race, 3-4, 4-3. None Above the Law, and who? Superstock. Stay classy in everything you do. Have a great day, folks.